Hello, hello, hello. We are live. Here we are. I'm so excited on February the 3rd, 2021, to be going live once again with the Entrepreneur Insights. And I'm Jacquie Nagy of Holistic Directions. And so last week we had some technical issues, so I was not able to go live. So I'm really, really excited. Having that week away gave me some new insights, and I am so excited to share them. So every Wednesday at 1:11 p.m. Central Time, what I do is I come live and provide other entrepreneurs with some of the insights that I've learned over the nearly 13 years that I've been working in the space of being a trainer in the field of NLP, being a coach and speaker, and in the process now of writing my book. So I'm looking forward to whether, to whoever's joining me here. I hope someone's coming on today. I hope that last week, skipping that week, did not steer you away from joining me today. So I'm going to dive right into what I'm going to be talking about for the next, 20, 25 minutes. And that's around the question around intention. And the word intention, this was a word that I really wasn't in my, I'm a bit of a word junkie. And I didn't really use this word intention a lot in my life until I entered into the field of NLP, which was in 2008. So it's become a word that I'm hearing more and more, and people using the word in setting their goals and what it is they want to achieve. And I've been really studying what is it around the process of setting an intention that either helps a person achieve a goal or not, and what is missing perhaps in the intention question. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about today. So I also want to mention that these Entrepreneur Insights are designed to support entrepreneurs or anyone who's thinking about becoming an entrepreneur from three perspectives. One of them is as an entrepreneur yourself. And what are the questions that come up for you in building your business, in finding clients, in how to market and sell your products and services, how to even design your services if you're new into the space of coaching and training in transformational work or personal development, which is the field I'm in. How do you actually differentiate yourself as an entrepreneur, as the space has become full, very abundant, and which is wonderful, except that if you want to shine above others, how do you get people's attention? So it's really from that perspective, and also from the perspective of an entrepreneur, as no matter what level you're at, there's always going to be a next level that you're wanting to achieve. And there's always going to be some hesitations around that, some fears around that. And so I'm supporting you with some insights on how to more easily flow through those big transitions in your life as a career, as an entrepreneur. The second perspective that I want to bring to you in these weekly Entrepreneur Insights is as your client. What is happening to the client when they are in your presence, when you're having conversations with them, whether it's one-on-one, in a group setting, in a networking event, or anytime, anywhere? How do you know you're even in front of your ideal client? What are the signs that, how do you know to pick up that you're actually having a conversation with someone who is your ideal client? And what experience are they having? So this concept of being able to get out of your own experience and metaphorically enter into the shoes of the other person so that you can get a sense of what is happening for them in the conversation that you're having with them. And how do you articulate what it is that you do so that it's received by them in a way that meets them where they are? And how do you have those conversations to allow the person you're speaking to open up, to share with you what's really happening in their life, and determine whether what it is that you provide is a match for their problem or their challenge or whatever it is they're wanting to achieve. So that's that second perspective. And the third perspective that I'm wanting to bring to these entrepreneurial insights every week is that ability to step outside of yourself and observe yourself from an objective point of view. Look at, your interactions with your clients, your interactions on social media. Look at your business even from that ability to stand back and look at it from a distance without the emotional part of what's happening for you. So 3 perspectives that I want to bring to every one of the Entrepreneur Insights calls. So I want to dive into our topic. I see someone is messaging me here, and I just want to see that is not something that I need to attend to immediately. It isn't. So good. Hello. So welcome to see you. So the question around the intention. Many of us know by this point, what is this word intention? What is it really referring to? And it's around stating what we want, stating what it is that we wish to achieve. So it can be, sometimes there's a little confusion around an intention being a goal. And I would say that they fit within each other. I would say a goal fits within a bigger intention, bigger in the sense of its definition, and even bigger in the sense of its scale and its opportunity to really impact the world. Whereas a goal typically is much more immediate. We're all familiar with SMART goals where there's a time frame and it's very specific. So this is not what we're talking about when we're talking about an intention. And an intention is what will happen after we've achieved our goals, or what is it that as we are leading ourselves down this path, down this journey of our biggest dreams, of what we wish to achieve in our business, whether it's 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, or forever. What is it that we're wanting to, what kind of an impact are we wanting to make, not only in our own lives, in the lives of our clients, but also the greater community and that trickle effect around the entire world. And that's really the intention piece that we articulate typically in a mission statement. And our mission and vision is very much around our bigger and more broader and more beautiful intention. And so we verbalize it, we write it out, we may have it on a vision board, we tell people what our bigger vision is. And it's really about who we are as an individual and what we're wanting to achieve. And so that's the first one. The second one is unconscious intentions. So now unconscious intentions are ones that form in situations where we're wanting to typically get out of a sticky situation, an uncomfortable situation, a situation where we may not feel we have all the tools to operate. We feel a little afraid, a little scared, and our intention is to be comfortable, and our intention is to be safe and secure and feel confident. And so that's kind of the intention that happens unconsciously in context. And every context will be a slightly bit different at the beginning of how unconscious intentions get formed in our neurology. So let me give you an example of an unconscious intention would be, I love to use the example of the teenage dance. Now, I'm of an era where we went to the community center. There really was nowhere else for us to go to have a public dance, and they were chaperoned. There were teachers and parents at the door and wandering throughout, and you paid 25 cents to go, and you got a cola drink, and the girls were on one side and the boys were on the other. And it was so difficult and challenging and awkward. And so, but we did it and we muscled through it. And then But that fear of asking someone to dance, or what to say when someone asks you to dance, never really goes away for some people. And so we get to the age where we can go to a bar, or we can go to a lounge, or we can have a drink, a glass of wine or a beer. And we still feel this fear about asking others to dance or getting on the dance floor and feeling self-conscious. And so we know that if we have a glass of wine or a beer, we'll calm down and our confidence goes up a little bit. We don't feel as nervous. And so we get out there and we start doing a little dancing. We have a second drink, maybe a third, go home at night and feel great and feel that slight bit more confident. So the next time we go to the bar or the lounge or the party, we'll have another glass of wine or another glass of beer. And it starts to generalize that whenever we are in a social setting, we immediately go for some sort of alcoholic beverage to calm down. So the secondary intention in those kind of contexts of social settings at an early age in life are to stay calm, to feel confident. And when we feel calm and confident, we start to feel a little bit more trusting, and we start to open up a little, become a little bit more vulnerable, and it works. So if we're aware of what our intention is, of wanting to find a partner, make some friends, perhaps, then this method of using alcohol really, really works. Where it gets into a problem is where we start to use the alcohol, or it could be any other kind of substance, to feel good, to feel confident, to feel calm in other situations. Wherever we feel a little nervousness, we try to numb that feeling with a drink or whatever we fancy. So this is an unconscious intention that sinks down into our unconscious, and we're not generally aware of it. We don't think about it consciously. So this is a second type of intention. Now, there's a third one that I'm going to talk about that I'm going to come back to. I want to go back to the first one, the conscious intention. And here's what I've discovered. And this is something that we really work at supporting our students in NLP trainings to get clear on, that a consciously stated intention becomes even more powerful when we attach sensory, our senses to it, where we attach a visual representation to the intention. So the language is around the intention. And then when we add a visual of what that's going to look like, when we add sounds to it, and perhaps movement, and add our body into it, we start dancing the intention and adding music to the intention, and increase the quality of any colors so the visuals become really intense and brilliant and high quality. It intensifies the desire for the intention and also holds it more neurologically. It becomes this representation that is, there's a synesthesia of all of our senses together with the statement, the verbal statement. And it really becomes anchored within us and is very powerful. And it's a wonderful process if you are in that, especially now at the beginning of the year. I'm looking at my calendar, it's still the beginning of February, that we're setting intentions for our year. And sometimes we write them out, and that's what we do. And we may talk about them to others. So what I'm suggesting is that you add in your senses to this, your intention. Create some sort of visual. I know a lot of people do vision boards. Don't stop there. Add in music, add in your movements, and really anchor it into your body. This anchoring has a very powerful way of holding it steady. So anytime you kind of go off piste, I use the word off piste because I'm a skier. Anytime the shiny objects are happening and you're being called to do something else that sounds really exciting, you can refire this anchor that supports your intention and remind yourself, oh, wait, no, that shiny object is not for now. We can put it aside. We can do it later. I'm on the mission. I'm on a journey. I'm on the right path, and I'm going to stay here because it's fully anchored. Now, there's another piece to this consciously stated intention that, yes, thank you so much. Thank you for being here. I love that I'm getting some feedback here. Good. And there is a feature in StreamYard, by the way, a little sidebar here, that when you click the link, which I've posted in there, there's a way for you to put in your name so that I see your name in the stream here. Right now I see Facebook user, which is great. I'm glad you're here. I'd love to know who you are. So for next time, as I hope you will join me every week for Entrepreneur Insights, and then I can see your name and I can connect with you even more. So that's really great. And so 2 other things that I want to cover before we're finished today is to go back to the conscious intention. There's another piece of the puzzle. So we've talked about stating the intention, something that is bigger than us. It's you could call it a dream. It's something that goes beyond the satisfaction that we wish to achieve for ourselves and the meaning that we wish to have from the work that we do. It goes beyond that. It's about impacting the lives of others. And in NLP, the field that I'm in, which is neuro-linguistic programming, we talk about this as the ecology piece. The ecology piece is that our intentions, our dreams are bigger than us, and they impact others in a positive way, So it's very important that when we're defining our intentions, we're considering that is our intention going to impact others in a positive way? And the reason why this is so important, as the universe, and by the way, I am not a physicist. I don't have any evidence for this, but I know that the universe is designed for us to receive when what we are doing is good for the greater environment. And when I say environment, I mean other people, the planet, any living, creature, nature. When we set intentions that are in alignment, that will support in a positive way the world, the universe, there's a much better chance that we will manifest it. That's just the laws of the universe. And there could even be a law about that. So keep that in mind. And there's another piece to setting conscious intentions that I want you to also be aware of. And many of you here that are watching, I know you know this already because you are doing some of this work already yourself and even teaching some of it yourself. And here's the neat thing about, being a teacher. We're not, our learning never ends. Our learning continues as long as we're alive. We are still students. And so I catch myself some days, a lot of what I'm sharing as these insights are things that I've lived through myself and caught myself and wondered, well, I have this wonderful intention. What is the missing piece? It's not manifesting. It's not happening. So I'm always looking for the gap. I'm always looking for, is there something missing in this intention that I've set? Okay, so it's about articulating it. It's about adding in the senses, all 3 senses, maybe even your, olfactory, if you want to add aromatherapy, and that's very powerful. There's so much research around how fragrance, natural fragrance through aromatherapy impacts the limbic system and attaches to our emotion about what we're wanting to achieve. So yes, aromatherapy as well. And then there's also the piece around ecology, that our intentions are good for us and others. And here's the third one. When it comes to articulating a conscious intention, unless we have received explicit support from our unconscious, again, there's a good chance it will not manifest, that it will not happen. Why? Well, think back to what I said earlier about the unconscious intentions that get stored without our awareness. Below our conscious awareness, we have these unconscious intentions. Again, to keep us safe, to keep us comfortable, to keep us rested, and in a space where we're not putting ourselves out too much, because our brains are designed to save resources if we have to fight or flight. So those kind of things are all happening, which I know all of you, if not most of you, all know. So when we're setting a conscious intention, it's really important to get the explicit support from our unconscious, so that our unconscious says, yes, what you're about to do, this intention that you're setting for whatever you want to achieve this year and 3 or 5 years or your lifetime, will support you, will also be good for your health and well-being and the health and well-being of others. And I support it, and I will go along with it. And this is so key. What happens when we don't have the unconscious support? Is the unconscious, when it's not bought in to the consciously defined intention, it's going to sabotage. We hear the word, a lot of entrepreneurs saying, it's usually after the fact, when we acknowledge, after doing maybe some self-editing, that thing that I tried to do didn't work. I was my own worst enemy. I'm self-sabotaging myself. We hear entrepreneurs in particular saying this a fair bit. Well, this is why. This is one of the reasons why, is that the unconscious has not been included in the process when the intention was set consciously. So on this note, before I go to the third intention, I'm hosting an NLP Cafe. It's called the Holistic NLP Cafe. It's every month. And our next one is next week, February 9th. And if you've not attended, it's absolutely free for you to join us. And what I'm going to be teaching in the Holistic NLP Cafe on February 9th, which is at 2 p.m. Central Time, 1 p.m. Mountain Time, 12 noon Pacific Time, is I'm going to be teaching you a process to set up unconscious, involuntary signals of yes and no, so that when you have an intention, you can communicate with your unconscious in the way the unconscious communicates, which is through signals. And we're going to be teaching you a process. And this process, once you learn it, you have it for life. You have it in your toolbox. You can use it. I sometimes use this process every single day. And it can be really, it's designed to be scaled down. So it can be done. You can take, when we do it on the NLP Cafe, I'll be teaching you, maybe you've not had the experience, it'll be a really lovely experience for you to go through. And there's some self-hypnosis that you'll be learning as well. And then later you can apply it yourself, any time of day and anywhere. So it's really, really powerful, especially for entrepreneurs, to get that unconscious support for your intentions. So hello, Diane from Vancouver. So wonderful to see you here. Lovely, lovely. Yes, it is amazing to go live. I'll agree. And also these lives are in our YouTube channel, which I will post a link if it's not already there, so that people can go there and subscribe, and then be able to watch them at any time at your leisure. If you're not here now, you're maybe watching later, which is great. So the third one, which I will quickly do because I want to wrap this up in about 2 or 3 minutes. The third kind of intention is one that's external to us. So again, going back to the beginning, the insights are coming from 3 perspectives. So you as an entrepreneur, you in the metaphorical shoes of your client, and what is the experience for them working with you. And then the third is this observer of yourself and your clients and your business. So the third intention is an external intention. And what do I mean by that? Well, the first two are defined by you, both unconsciously and consciously, right? The third type of intention is an external intention. This is where, when we don't have a clearly defined, robustly anchored through all of our senses, ecological intention, we leave ourselves open to being drawn in to other people's intention. So everyone else out there has conscious intentions and unconscious intentions. And when we are in their presence, we can be drawn into their intention, because the unconscious is designed to be attracted, and we operate in this world around the premise that we have intentions. So as an entrepreneur, what this means is you have clients out there that do not have well-formed, robust, fully sensory, and anchored intentions. Think about that. You are a leader. Hopefully you have intentions. Hopefully your intentions are ecological and good for them. And then they come into your presence. They aren't clear on what they want in their life. They aren't clear on what it is they wish to achieve. They haven't got that mission statement. Whether it's personal or business for them, doesn't matter. They maybe have come through a transformation and are unclear about what they want, so they're drawn to you. When your intention is good for them, it's a beautiful match, right? It works, right? That's how clients will be attracted to you. So pay attention to your intentions. On a final note, yes, Diane, thank you so much for being here. Share this with others. I would love your support. Like the page Positive You with Holistic Directions. Share this video with others, other entrepreneurs, other people just in general. Let's share the love. I'm here to support you. Please reach out to me. I would love for you to come to the Holistic NLP Cafe next week, February 9th at 2 p.m. Central. It is free. If you have not attended, we would love to see you there. I will be helping you, guiding you through a process to set up these unconscious, involuntary yes and no signals. And that's it for today. So have a wonderful day. It is a little chilly here in Winnipeg, so I would say to my friends here locally, if you're going out, dress up. The temperatures have dropped for the next week, but we will be warming up next week at the NLP Cafe. So we'll see you there. Bye for now. Bye-bye.